So people who would use alpha state of mind would be all the top athletes. They're always going through mental training, mental rehearsals, and that's what gives them that extra edge. If you look at artists and Mozart and people who have been creative or scientists, they all have this special altered state of mind with this frequency that helps them to tap into their potential.
Hey guys, what's up? This is Krishna here, Fitaye podcast host with Bodytalkangie, who practices body talk and mindscape. Today we'll basically be diving into what is body talk, what is mindscape, how this can help athletes to grow, how this can help athletes with injuries, how this can help athletes with visualization, and basically how we can use our mind to tap into I don't know, could I pass it to you to
Sure.
To tap into
into our full potential,
full potential
in all aspects of our life.
Okay.
Cool. So thank you for having me over.
Yeah.
Such a pleasure to talk about mindscape. I would say I've been practicing it since 2005. I came across Body Talk system back in 2005, looking for a holistic healthcare system, and then Mindscape is a parallel seminar offered by the same founder of Body Talk system. And I would say in this over a decade, since 2005 till now, with lots of tools and techniques that I have learned for personal growth, healthcare, wellness, something that I'm totally passionate about or something really feels my heart's calling is Mindscape. So I'm really excited to share with you what Mindscape is all about.
Yeah, so a little bit about Fitaye as well. It's basically a platform for bookings, scheduling, and payment. So you can actually book Bodytalkangie's upcoming session. Could you just give the date and the time for that session?
Yeah, I've got a Mindscape seminar that's coming up on 3rd to 5th June, and it's from 2:30 to 8 p.m. Hong Kong time.
So you can book that through Fitaye as well. So our first question, well, firstly, I've actually practiced Mindscape, and I'm going to turn on this light because I forgot to. Oh, it's bright. The first thing we're going to do is, I've actually done Mindscape, and it's an amazing tool. So we're actually just going to walk through and enter our Mindscape and do the rest of this podcast through that. So shall we start?
Yeah, so we'll get into, so Mindscape is more like getting into that relaxed alpha state of mind and in the zone. So I would say join in. So sit comfortably. Take 3 deep breaths. And just relax. Now I want you to take your focus to top of your head and just relax all the muscles. So you can visualize a wave of relaxation that is starting on top of your head, and it's trickling down through your head, forehead, relaxing your brain, your skull, letting go of all those tensions, emotions, stresses that could have been accumulated there. So taking this opportunity and allowing your body to relax. Let this wave of relaxation trickle down to your eyes. Let go of any tension that you could be holding into your eye muscles. Relax all your facial muscles. Relax your jaw. And let go of any tension from your neck. Breathe into those muscles of your shoulders where you could be carrying all that tension, stress, overwhelm, burdens. And with a deep breath in, just allowing it to melt away. So relax your shoulders, your arms, and let go of all that stress through your fingertips. Let this wave of relaxation trickle down to your chest, to your abdomen, releasing and letting go of any tensions, stresses that could have been accumulated there. Relax your back. Let this wave of relaxation run through each and every vertebra, releasing every ounce of tension and getting you into this complete zone and relaxation. Relax your pelvis and let this wave of relaxation trickle down to your thighs, all the way to your knee, and letting go of any stress that could be in your calf muscles. Just take a deep breath and breathe into those calf muscles, allowing all that stress and tension to melt away. Relax your ankles. Take your awareness to your feet and just release and relax any tension. So let this wave of relaxation bathe you completely from top of your head all the way down to your toes. And take a few more deep breaths here to just enhance this total sense of relaxation. And now I want you to visualize color red. And this could be any shade of color red that comes to you. You could imagine, visualize color red, or think of a red object. Visualize color orange. See it expanding all around you. Visualize color yellow, or think of a yellow object. To just get in touch with the frequency of this color yellow. Red and green. Any shade of color green that comes to your mind. Just expanding it, seeing it. Blue. Visualize color blue. Think of a blue sky, blue water. See this blue color expanding all around you. Purple. And this could be whatever color purple means to you, any shade. Just see it through your mind's eye. And violet. Any shade of color violet. See it, visualize it, let it expand. And now I want you to visualize yourself or teleport yourself to a nature scene. A nature scene that could be relaxing for you. So it could be a forest, it could be mountains, ocean, anything. See the colors, things, all the details in your nature scene. Touch and feel the texture of the sand, the cold water, the cold breeze touching you. Take a deep breath, smell. Smell anything. Taste. Taste anything in your nature scene. Salty water or anything that's around. And hear any sounds. Sounds of waves, birds, trees. Just experiencing this nature scene. And now, take this opportunity to think about what you want to manifest in your life. And if you could see it, this new creation, this new version of you, the achievement, the success, the transformation that you're looking for, as all the creation starts first with the mind's perception. So take this opportunity, and in your nature scene, if you have got water or an ocean, you can use that water as a reflection to visualize, to see your new reality. Your new reality could be you running a marathon, or winning a particular sport, or manifesting your abundance, your new job. So use this moment to reflect and experience this new reality by seeing it, feeling it, and you can be back into the podcast.
So back to reality. Could you explain to us, I guess, a little bit of could you talk a little bit about like this alpha state of mind?
Sure.
Why is it that we can focus more there? Why is it that we can manifest there? What is it?
So now that you're, let's say, watching a TV, or you're in a, what we went through this process was getting into the alpha state of mind. Generally, when you are having a conversation or in your everyday life, if you could sort of measure the brain waves by hooking up your brain with the computer, you'll be able to measure the brain waves in form of hertz. And the speed of these brain waves is quite high, like it's 23 hertz per second. So that's our usual awake, alert state of mind. Then just slower than that is the alpha state of mind. Alpha state of mind is where the brain frequencies are much slower. So the process that we went through now, which was going through the relaxation of the body, relaxation of the mind through the colors, and then into a soothing nature scene, was the process of getting into and altering your brainwave into this relaxed alpha state of mind, which simply means there are thought patterns, you are awake and functional, but there is more gap. So alpha state of mind is also the state of mind while you just wake up in the morning, all your bright ideas, solutions will come to you, while you're just drifting off to sleep, or when you're sitting totally relaxed in a nature scene. So that's the alpha state of mind. Then we have got even more relaxed state of mind, which is delta and theta, which is your sleep state and dream state. So this alpha state gives you benefits of meditation. Now imagine you can meditate 1 hour a day or 20 minutes a day, or for some people even that could be difficult to quieten their mind. With this technique, you're able to alter into this relaxed alpha state of mind that you just experienced, and you could be in this zone 24/7. What are the benefits of alpha state of mind? It's heightened creativity, intuition, you bypass stress, and you're able to perform and tap into the hidden potential of your mind.
So Mindscape is a gateway for us to enter the alpha state of mind.
Yes. It's a training where you learn how to alter and build up those neural pathways to be able to shift into that relaxed alpha state of mind and function from there.
And then you mentioned the other two states of mind. Can you just touch on the difference?
Theta and delta is the deeper state, which is sleep state and dreaming state. So our awake functional state is alpha, which is this in-between gateway when you're awake and not fully occupied or busy or stressed, and then the beta state. So once you get into this alpha state of mind, you are like in a supercharge. You are accessing the full potential of your mind, and you're able to excel your performance literally in all aspects of your life. So imagine you're in a board meeting and you could shift into this relaxed alpha state of mind and tap into your intuitive and creative powers and come up with creative solutions. So people who would use alpha state of mind would be all the top athletes. They're always going through mental training, mental rehearsals, and that's what gives them that extra edge. If you look at artists and Mozart and people who have been creative or scientists, they all have this special altered state of mind with this frequency that helps them to tap into the potential.
Okay. So back to, I guess, the questions. In a world with a lot of distractions, how can one use Mindscape? So there are a lot of tools in Mindscape. What is one of the tools, or how can one de-stress through Mindscape?
That's a good question. I mean, stress is the biggest challenge nowadays, and when you're in this beta state of mind, we are just constantly bombarded with so much of information, and our five senses are overly stimulated. So once you alter and learn and build up these neural pathways with practice, so it's a weekend workshop where you get a lot of practice of developing this relaxed state of mind. Once you're in that state of mind, you bypass stress. You could be in the busiest and the most chaotic space of functioning from workplace or any situation, and you could still be in this totally relaxed state of mind where you are relaxed and you're functioning much better and you're able to handle things well.
Okay, so we can basically be more calm and think about the situation.
So the benefits would be being in that alpha state of mind would be heightened intuition, creativity, problem solving, conflict resolution. Oh my God, it works miraculous with all those aspects.
Okay.
Now, all these things are intuitive. They are, as a child, we all are very imaginative, intuitive, creative. But as we grow older, that creativity, the right brain function, is something that fades off because our whole focus is always on developing the left brain. So what you're learning in the workshop is sort of reinstalling and going back to that programming, so we are able to use the whole brain, because most of the time we are looking at functioning from an aspect of the brain, and the excellence comes from the holistic brain function, which is the bridge between the left and right hemisphere. And that's what this workshop is all about, how to bridge that gap and use the whole brain and your whole potential, because our research shows us we are literally using a fraction of our mind power. So we have got amazing potential, whether you want to heal yourself, time travel, recovery. I mean, it's just endless what all your mind has got capabilities, and anything that we are limited by is just our belief systems. So this is an amazing technique to overcome all that.
Yeah. So how can, given the podcast is, about fitness, holistic health, and kind of this lifestyle, how can an athlete utilize Mindscape for their benefit?
Okay, as we know, mind and body are intertwined. They are not two distinct entities. And when you are looking at that perfection at the physical level, whether with the speed or technique, coordination and so on, it's the intertwined relationship of mind and body. And once you're in this relaxed alpha state of mind, so what happens in this weekend workshop, you learn how to alter yourself into this relaxed alpha state of mind, and then you're going to create a conceptual workshop to function from. And by doing that, you're developing those neural pathways to alter into that relaxed state of mind. And let's say you're learning a new skill, you're learning tennis, you're learning a particular posture or martial art. Once you are in this relaxed alpha state of mind, you are laying down the best possible neural pathways to learn that particular skill. So you could be in this Mindscape workshop or altered state of mind while you're learning the technique, while you are actually performing and in a competition. So when you see athletes are in the zone, they are in this relaxed state of mind where they've got this expanded version of time. Even the ball that is coming with a great speed, it sort of slows down and they're always on time, because time is another interesting concept that we work with. Mindscape workshop is how to get into that relaxed time zone. So for athletes, I would say it's an excellent tool to get into this state of mind, to learn the technique, to rehearse your technique, and to do your basically play your games from there, because your coordination, your intuition, it's just spot on.
Could you talk a little bit about the tool of the lift and what that can do?
I would not get into the details,
Okay.
because
Okay.
it's, I mean, when you come for the workshop, I don't want you to come with the preconceived ideas,
right.
because we are not working with the left brain.
Right.
It is all about intuition, imagination, and creativity.
Okay.
And the more open-minded you are, the more fun it would be, and you'll go with the
create.
flow. Yeah.
Right.
So those are the different tools that you would learn for communication, time travel, and so on. For athletes, another thing, a few examples that I can add on, like back in time in 1980s, when the Olympics, most of the Russian were winning those gold medals, they had these three categories of athletes where they would basically, the group A was trained with 50% of mental training and 50% of physical training. Group B was trained with 75% of mental training and 25% physical training, and group C had no mental training. And most of the athletes who won the awards or gold medals were 75% of mental training. So mental training is a crucial edge for fitness, sports performance, and excelling your body. Again, speaking for fitness, when you've got injuries, and let's say you play football, you have injured your knee and you are out of the game for 2 months till your knee recovers. Now, during that wasted time, or during the time that you cannot physically play, you could still keep those neural pathways active by rehearsing your skill into this altered state of mind, and the benefits are literally as if you're physically working out. So there's this interesting movie called Consciousness, which got published some time back. It's a documentary where they show a person, he is just sitting using his imagination and visualization and working out in his mind, and he has built up muscles. It's like not an inch of physical movement, and the whole creation with using the mental mind power. So for athletes, it's an amazing tool, because I mean, you could be recovering and you still can stimulate and keep your strength, muscle strength, and get into the performance quickly.
How could this also apply to maybe someone that is in business or just working a 9 to 5? How could this maybe help them?
I would say it will be of great value, because once you could bypass stress, like, you know, most of our disasters come from when we are stressed. We can't think straight, we make mistakes, we could be overreacting, we could be missing deadlines, our memory is impacted. So once you're in this relaxed alpha state of mind, you bypass all that. It's like, you know, your computer is much more sharper. Your memory is much higher, your focus, concentration, as well as your performance, your creativity. When you're dealing with problems, business problems, you're dealing with your staff, your creativity and intuition, you'll be able to exactly know what's going on and how to help them. So you learn tools in Mindscape Workshop for conflict resolution, where you could be communicating with your whole team for goal setting or working on clearing a particular conflict resolution. Because many times with our logic mind, with our beta brain wave, our communication could be very blocked.
Okay.
And communication is not only at verbal level, it's at various different levels.
Right.
So using these tools, you're able to get a glimpse of what is going on in another person's life, or what their perspective is, and come up with a synergy.
What if someone's struggling to kind of stay in this alpha state of mind, or stay in their mindscape and keep that focus? How does one practice becoming better at that?
Yeah, it's all about practice. I would say the seminar is taught to young kids from age 10, 12 up, and for them it's piece of cake because they are so intuitive and creative and they do not have limiting belief systems.
Right.
With adults, it just takes more practice to peel off all those layers that we have built up. But I would say practice is the key, and telepathy, intuition, time travel, remote viewing, all those are our hidden potential. They're already there. So it's not that you're learning something new, you're simply peeling off the layers that are blocking those potential.
So do you have a tip maybe to parents to not add on these layers over the years? How do they do that?
Yeah, to support the creative mind and the creativity of the child. So the whole development of the brain, not only focus on the left brain,
Right.
academics and so on, but building up that creative, intuitive, and supporting the child through that.
Okay. So what are things they can do? Maybe take their kid for painting. Is those the kind of things that you're referring to? Or?
Yeah. So developing the creative mind, the right brain, and when your child is daydreaming and imagining, and tell them, no, that sounds silly. You can't be talking about it, and so on. Daydreaming and imagination is the most sophisticated function of the brain.
Okay.
So it takes much more neurons than physically solving a math problem.
Right.
And it's that imagination and intuition that gives you all your solutions and creativity, so that not to switch off and shut off when the child is already, because children are generally very good at imagining, visualizing and playing and having their, so being supportive of developing that.
Okay. So how do you how do you feel about, in today's day and age, there are a lot of kids that are doing drugs to reach that kind of to see things, right? To hallucinate, and they're taking these pills or whatever it may be. So how does that play into this? Why is that not the same thing as this? Could you just touch on that?
See, all those recreational drugs are stimulating externally and sort of destroying your natural neural pathways, receptors, getting you addicted to all that. Whereas your brain produces its own Valium. It has got dopamine, serotonin, all those mood stabilizing hormones. And that's why meditation is such a powerful one, or such a popular concept in our world, because it helps you shift your neurology from that fight, flight, survival mode, which could be high stress cortisol levels with our 24/7 stressful jobs, work, expectations, time limitations, and so on, into this another chemistry, which is called parasympathetic nervous system, which is the state of the brain where you are producing all these mood stabilizing hormones such as dopamine, Valium, oxytocin, which is your bonding and feel good hormone. So once you are in this relaxed state of mind, you are naturally stimulating your body out of that fight, flight, survival mode into this repair, growth, and regeneration mode. And that's the easiest way of describing stress. So imagine the sympathetic nervous system is your fight, flight, survival mode. And once you're in that mode, it's like you're burning out all the energy, you're overreacting, your immune system is put on back burner, you're in a mess. It's like pushing the accelerator of the car and burning out all your energy. And the second one, the parasympathetic nervous system, is when you're relaxed and totally in the zone. So for example, you experience this getting into that relaxed mode or switching into that relaxed parasympathetic nervous system. And that's like a brake of your car. And your brain cannot be in the both modes simultaneously. So the more time you spend in this relaxed parasympathetic nervous system, you've got heightened creativity, intuition, you can heal. If you've got injury, cancers, tumor, a lot of different stuff, your body has got amazing ability to heal and basically have those elevated, relaxed hormones, which those recreational drugs would do more damage.
For someone that's maybe using something like weed, like every day or something like that, how did they what are the steps to take to move into using Mindscape over that?
I would say simply sign up for the seminar, learn the technique, and do it every day. And it will keep you. See, most of the time people do weed because they're stressed. It's a stress management mechanism, or it's boredom management. They are totally bored. There's no motivation, and that's why they're doing it. Once you learn this tool and you are in that relaxed state of mind, you bypass stress, you won't be as anxious. I mean, I would say amongst everything that I have learned, I see Mindscape as the most powerful tool for personal growth because it will help you clear your underlying fears, insecurities, stresses. So it will help you bypass your anxiety, stress, and find practical solutions, as well as it will give you that motivation so you're not sort of numbing yourself with weed and drugs like that. So the key thing would be learn it. It's so simple. Like, if somebody says, I can't meditate, cool,
Yeah.
Mindscape is for you.
Yeah.
Because it's just systematic, simple visualization and amazing fun ways of using it.
Right, and you can still live your life in this alpha state of mind.
That's
Could you
the
just
benefit.
remind us again the date and time of the
Sure.
upcoming seminar?
So the biggest benefit is being in this state of mind 24/7. You get into your work, you are attending your phone calls, you could be with your meetings, having conflict resolutions, you're going for a run and sports, and you are in this relaxed state of mind. So imagine your optimum functioning. So the seminar dates are June 3 to 5 next
June 3 to
weekend,
5.
and it's 2:30 to 8 p.m. Hong Kong time on Zoom webinar,
Yeah.
which
you
means
can
you
book
can
it. You can book it through Fitaye. She's registered.
Sure.
Yeah. So yeah, that seminar would be a great intro for you to basically start exploring what is Mindscape, to break into the idea and start practicing it. And this could be a way for you to use it for things in your life that you maybe see that you're finding blockers, and this could be a way for you to tap into your mind and find solutions to those kind of issues that are maybe arising for you. So into the next question, how often do you use Mindscape?
Well, I would say I live in it 24/7. So it's a technique that you use it and it becomes your personality. It becomes
So is
integral.
that like you wake up and you enter it, or
Yeah, I mean, starting when you're learning, it is a structural virtual workshop, a conceptual workshop which you get into and you use all those tools and techniques. Now with practice, that all is sort of embedded. You've got that you become more clairvoyant, you become more intuitive, creative, calm, and constantly in that alpha state of mind. So it becomes your personality, and you could get up in the morning, do your meditation, go for your run, do all that, and be in that state of mind 24/7. So I would say I live there. I'm there 24/7, and that's just beautiful to bypass stress. And it helps when I'm working with my clients because I'm more intuitive and I'm able to tune into their needs and help them at that depth, as well as you can do distance treatments. Goal manifestation is another one that you do that we touched into with that starting a little bit. So I would say it's like more like a Swiss Army knife for using all the aspects of your mind. It's like a magic box that helps you to tap into that whole potential.
So what's your that kind of leads me to my next question. What's your morning routine?
For my morning routine is meditation, Mindscape.
Meditation, could you give us a little bit more?
So I get into my Mindscape workshop and then I follow my spiritual path and do meditation that I'm initiated with, as well as I do some breath work and go for my morning walk. And
so that's just sitting in your living room cross-legged, or how do you?
I sit in my room and I'm in my relaxed alpha state of mind, and then basically I do my personal meditation. I would use my Mindscape for visualizing my goals. If I've got big meetings coming up, important agendas and all. So it's like planning, preparing, scanning. If you've got a big interview, some meeting coming up, you would be using your Mindscape workshop to connect and invite those people and be able to get a glimpse of what is this going to unfold or what you need to prepare for. So all that preparation for the day and timing. You would learn tools like time travel, how to expend the time. Now that is another big one. We all have got time crisis. Imagine if you could disappear, that problem disappears and you've got ample time to do everything. So using morning time to basically address all that and sort of lay out a plan for the day where everything is just perfect and smooth.
Nice. I need to start practicing every day. So where did you learn to use Mindscape?
I learned it in South Africa. The founder of Bodytalk system is Dr. John Weltian. He's originally Australian. The system is established in Florida, practiced worldwide. He's founder of Bodytalk system and Mindscape, and it's practiced worldwide.
What do you love most about Mindscape?
What I love most and what I find why I love this particular tool is because many times when you've got problems, let's say you've got any issues, work, personal, fitness, health, diseases, we are always seeking for answers outside. You go to a life coach, you go to a counselor, you go to a doctor, a therapist, somebody else fix me. The beauty of Mindscape is about finding your answers from within. You can heal your diseases, you can find your answers, why this particular job is not working, why you keep attracting the same patterns in your relationships. So it's like tapping into your internal mentor, your subconscious mind, which has got all the potentials, and being able to tap into those answers and your solutions, which I feel is totally empowering, because each one of us has got immense potential. And how about taking charge of our life and tapping into that full potential?
Yeah, why not? So our next question is actually answered already, which was what's your favorite time of the day to enter your Mindscape? And as you mentioned, that's the first thing you do, and then from there you kind of set out and plan your day. So the question after that is, what are your favorite tools to use in Mindscape?
I would always use Mindscape for conflict resolution. The moment I have any concerns, communication blocked, I would be in that relaxed state of mind. I'll communicate and connect with that person. And it just works spot on. So for example, I have to make an appointment with someone and I want to get the decision, option A or B. I would simply connect with them with the Mindscape and I would find my answer. And later in the day when I see them, their answer, if I ask them the same question, the answer would be spot on. So I can share with you one of this example. One of the person who joined the seminar, he was an anesthesian in the hospital. A couple of weeks later after the seminar, he dropped me an email and he was like, oh my god, it just did amazing for his conflict resolution. He was going through a tough time with his work where his duty was always at night time and it was affecting his personal life, his health, and he just couldn't cope with it. So he used his Mindscape tools to communicate and connect with the person, the head of the department who runs their rosters, and had an open conversation. And he said next day when he went to work, this guy comes and speaks to him and has exactly word to word same conversation, explaining him how they're going to compensate, what they can do to help him, and answer all his concerns. And that sort of shifted the whole perspective for him. So I would say conflict resolution, it just works miraculous. So that's something that I always use for. If I'm running late, I would use it for time. I would simply expand the time or get into that zone that helps me to accomplish. Let's say I've got 5 hours, something that will take me 5 hours of work time, and I've got only 2 or 3 hours. So you can get into that relaxed state of mind where you've got this expanded version of time and use that to accomplish as much as you want.
So what happens for someone who's maybe trying to use it for conflict resolution or for time expansion, and they're maybe struggling to see that response, or they're struggling to still feel that calmness within real life even after being in this alpha state of mind? How would you recommend they get through that?
I would say it's a matter of practice.
Okay.
I mean, it happens. You see, the thing is when you're in this, that's why I'm not sharing too much what's the structure, because we don't want to involve the left brain.
Right.
So the left brain is what brings in the barrier. Analysis, I can't do it, and all those reasons and all. But your right creative brain and your subconscious mind has got all the answers. So yeah, just stepping out of that left brain and allowing and being receptive to this intuitive gift which we all have. We all have got that.
It's like
just
peeling off those layers and removing those limiting beliefs that you mentioned.
So I would say in starting, it's like just trusting the process. You're learning to bike for first time. You're going to fall, but as long as you give it a try, you'll get your balance and you'll flow with it. And this is a muscle that you develop, which is sort of installed in you in your childhood, and somehow it's like a muscle that you've never used. It's faded off, and now you're re-exercising it and strengthening it.
100%. Okay, so how could someone get started with Mindscape? Maybe just for a third time, mention the time and the day of your session.
I would say the good thing about with the COVID thing is that it's online, so you don't have to travel anywhere to learn these seminars. And there's one seminar coming up next weekend. So
she'll be putting the Zoom meeting ID in the description, because the Zoom functionality is not in the app yet. So you guys can enter the ID through there, and then after booking, and when the chat starts, she can share you the password to that link through the chat.
Yeah, so you can surely register through Fitaye.
Yeah. So, okay, what is your second favorite tool, which I think you covered already? Maybe what's your third favorite tool in Mindscape?
I would say meditation. I love nature.
Yeah.
For me, it's like, crucial, being in the nature, and meditation is integral part of my life and Mindscape.
Okay. What do you love most about teaching others Mindscape?
I just love it. It's so rewarding because each time the group is going through are getting all those breakthroughs, but because of that group energy, it helps me dive in deeper too. So it's very rewarding to get into that collective sort of zone and meditation, and being able to resolve all those blockages, or finding those answers, or just tapping into that whole potential. So I would say the group energy is powerful. And after seminar, we have got practice sessions that run every month, where people from around the world would be getting together on Zoom, and where I'm supporting them through the process. And I would say it's powerful. People just love it.
How many lives do you feel you've changed? Like over 40, over 50? Like people that you've spoken to about Mindscape and taught them and worked with them through Zoom?
I would say, I don't know, thousands, because I've been teaching this for...
Oh, wow.
Yeah, been teaching it for over 10 years.
Wow. That's way off. That's amazing. Yeah, that's awesome. How have you grown as a coach?
I find it extremely rewarding, because it's a consciousness work. It's finding your potential and tapping into your inner wisdom. And each time you are practicing it, you're just getting more and more in tune. And then you're able to hold that as an anchor for your class, for the people that you're teaching. So I would say it's extremely powerful too.
What excites you about life?
Helping people. Helping them find their answers. I think that's my passion with Body Talk and Mindscape, is just to help them relax and shift their perspective so they can see life differently.
Okay, so we've spoken a bunch about Mindscape, and that's like probably the part that I find super interesting, but I also do really find Body Talk interesting as well. And so the next question is, could you brief us a little bit about what Body Talk is and how that's different from Mindscape?
Sure. So Body Talk and Mindscape comes from the same founder, Dr. John Welkin. Body Talk is all about healing, health. It is helping your body to heal from inside out. So when you fall sick, you've got various diagnoses, arthritic knee, diabetes, or aches and pains, cancers. Instead of Western medicine or herbals, medication and so on, where you're taking something from outside to fix your body, Body Talk system is about healing inside out. Our body is functioning on its own. It has got a wisdom, and we simply call this wisdom as innate wisdom, our inborn ability to heal. So Body Talk system is about getting in touch with your body's innate wisdom to identify why it's not able to function, what is blocking it, what is blocking this excellent dynamic system to repair and heal itself. And many times it's the stresses of a life. It could be emotional, psychological, chemical, toxins, and various different factors. We are products of our environment. So listening to the unique story that this body-mind has, and looking at what are those causative factors that is leading to those symptom or diagnosis. So it's not about coming up with a diagnosis, giving it a label, it's a tumor, it's a diabetes, or it's an autoimmune condition. So it's not about all that, it's about why this body-mind is showing these symptoms. What is the story behind it? It could be a childhood trauma, it could be a toxin, it could be a virus that's sitting, it could be some epigenetic markers that have been inherited, it could be the microbiome that's out of balance. So Body Talk is a combination of Chinese medicine, Western medicine, psychology, osteopathy, lots of different concepts. And as a practitioner, I don't have a recipe, or I don't have a treatment plan. My job is to listen to the client's innate wisdom and identify their unique story that has led to whatever the symptom or problems that are going on in their life, and helping the body to heal from inside out. So totally non-invasive, safe, and a holistic approach.
Could you maybe touch on, so I know we use, water for hydration, saliva for immune system, and there's some like tapping involved. Could you maybe touch on like just a little bit so that they can differentiate it from Mindscape,
So yeah, Body Talk, the way it works is we work with tapping. We work on tapping with the head, heart, and gut. So if you like, I can share and teach you one technique that you can do
maybe
on
let's
yourself.
do the one technique.
Lovely. This is called codices. It's called brain balancing. It's like, running a reset on your computer. It's fragmenting. Your sites are not coming up, and you simply hit the refresh button. So you're doing this technique to optimize your computer, which is the brain. We have got two halves of the brain, left and right hemisphere, and many a times the communication is blocked. The electromagnetic frequencies, there are some cold spots, and when it's not functioning well, you are stressed, you're in a state of shock, and you're just not functioning at your full potential. So this technique is to overcome all that. You will feel sharper, calmer, focused. It will help you sleep. You want to do this before a big meeting or your exams. So how do we do this? So you use your hand, any hand, and you touch the back of the head. So just below where your neck starts, at the base of the head. Yeah. And your second hand is tapping. And it's a gentle tapping on the head. And deep breathing. And with this tapping on the head, it's like you're running a reset on your computer to fix it. Then tapping on the heart is more for storing it. You're focusing on the heart brain. And tapping on the gut is to assimilate it. So you're tapping on the head, heart, and gut. And then you slide your hand up, and you're covering the whole midline of the head. And you're focusing on optimizing the circulation between the two halves of the brain. Just sliding your hand, full deep breath. One deep breath for the tapping on your head, the second one for your heart, and the third one for your gut. And this is to clear the cold spots, get the brain out of the state of shock, optimize the function, and to give you total relaxation. So if you're lost, you're stuck in a state of chaos, just think about codices. And then lastly, you're balancing the sides of the head, which is also called limbic brain, the emotional brain. So you hold the two sides, and then you tap the head, heart, and gut. So you can do this before bed, you can do this at the start of your day, you can do it for anyone. Somebody's sick, they're feeling anxious, the child is crying.
Yeah, you can do it for someone else as well. Okay.
So that's one technique of Body Talk system. You can learn much more.
Yeah,
there's seminars for that called Body Talk Fundamentals and Access. You can surely check out more on my website.
Yeah, do you want to give your website?
My website is bodytalksystem.com.hk.
Okay, and do you want to give your Instagram username?
Sure, it's Bodytalkangie. My Facebook is Bodytalk Hong Kong.
And her Fitaye username is Angie, Angie.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, hope you guys can attend the seminar next week. Hope you guys learned something from the session today and the podcast today. Thank you for your time. It was great having you as always.
Lovely.
And yeah, see you guys on the next podcast.
Thank you. Bye-bye.